For 7 minutes gone past the 3 o'clock hour. A very somber day for quite a lot of Nigerians, especially the political class. As the nation mourns former President General Muhammadu Buhari, who died in London, as reports would have it. I do know that 2 weeks ago there were rumours as to he being in a coma or being really sick, and that was debunked. Well, here we are today. It's a tough day, especially for members of his family. Some have lost a father, some have lost a husband, some have lost a grandfather, and for others, a friend. But have Nigerians lost an elder statesman? Is the bigger question. Well, welcome to Hard Facts. Of course, from now till the top of the hour, 6 o'clock, it promises to be no dull moments. It's the most authentic news experience that you're going to have on the radio. My name is Maryann Okon. We'll start off with the big stories from the weekend. It's been a big weekend, really, because Oba Sikiru Adetona also passed. He's the Ajuwale of Ijebu land. He died at a great good age of 91. So as others are also mourning the former president, those who are mourning the Ajuwale of Ijebu land. And to all my Ijebu friends, to my pastor Paul Adefarasin, who's a Ijebu site, my former boss, and several other people who are Ijebu people, my heart goes out to all of you as you mourn the loss of your leader. But most importantly, there are big stories that also broke over the weekend, whether we like it or not. There was a local government election, or something that looked like it, or something that is very normal in states across the federation. Let's not just hang Lagos on the stake to die. We've seen that local government elections have gradually become a sham of sorts. But for Lagos, that's our focus. What happened over the weekend? Did people come out to vote? Was there voter apathy? And what exactly has informed this, especially when there is a stronghold of one party system in a state like Lagos and only one party wins? It is not just Lagos, by the way. It happens in several other states. Once there's a party at the center, that's the party that wins or takes away. But there are certain other states where sometimes a little bit of democracy is allowed to happen. Yes. But this is among the many things that we want to discuss today on Hard Facts. On the 4 o'clock hour, it'll be time for Checkpoint. We'll be talking about how you're crisscrossing Lagos and how bad the roads are. And of course, the street lights are still bad, Mr. Governor, and you don't want to fix it. What will we remember you for? And then, of course, on the 5 o'clock hour, we're taking ourselves back to that 9 Chinese nationals who were sentenced to 1 year in jail for a Ponzi scheme and terrorism financing. So we're going to talk about the issue of plea bargaining, what it actually entails, and in this case, what we'll have getting from this 1 year jail term and deportation of these men jail term. Are we serious about fighting terrorism? These are questions I'll be asking my guest. He's a lawyer, obviously, so he'd be able to explain away the issue of a plea bargain and if we really are using it to our interest, our best interest, the interest of the average Nigerian who's losing family members to terrorism and all kinds of acts that are related to terrorism. I said all of this to say, welcome to the show, and you know how we do it. We start off just like this.
Get ready for the most important news of the day. It's time for the Big Three Stories on Hard Facts. Tune in to our primetime show for the latest updates and in-depth analysis on the top stories making headlines. From breaking news to in-depth investigations, we bring you the facts you need to know. Join us as we delve into the biggest stories shaping our world today. Tune in to the Big Three every weekday 3 to 4 p.m. and stay informed with the news that matters the most. Hard, when the truth always comes first.
Listeners, trust us on its politics, issues, stories. Facebook when I joined the conversation on what was 0807. Talking about the and I hear lots of people talk about it on Joyce's show. Please do call my show and real. I mean, there are beautiful ways to say someone can go to hell and they look forward to it. And I'm using that word loosely. You can actually talk down on the person, but the nicest, or you can just say what you want to say, but with nicest words. Don't come here and start casting and binding. Please. Joyce had a lot to deal with. Please tell me what you think the man would be remembered for. Don't abuse him. Don't abuse his family. He's not going to be here. He can't defend himself. Please. Okay. But this is what the former President Olusegun Matthew Okikiola had to say about the former head of state. Take a listen. And then there's several other people who've said their condolences. This is what Obasanjo had to say about Muhammadu Buhari. This video is courtesy of Arise Television.
But that he tried his best. My prayer is that God will forgive him of his inadequacies and accept him into his kingdom. It's a loss to the nation, because at a time like this, we need the totality peace.
Former President Olusegun Obasanjo Matthew Okikiola. I like his name. He's got like 4 names. Aremu, Matthew Aremu Okikiola, Olusegun Obasanjo. 5 names. I love it. I used to have 4 and then Jam or the SSC cut off the other one, so I got used to having just 3 names, you know. We're still talking about the life and times of Muhammadu Buhari, and of course, for those of you who do not know, reportedly he died in London. I'll play you another video. This video it's courtesy of Channels Television, and these are clips of politicians who were outside the hospital in the United Kingdom, in London precisely, where his body laid. This video is courtesy of Channels Television. In that video, you would see Rochas Okorocha and a few other politicians who were outside the London clinic at the Duchess wing of the London clinic, where he obviously died. So he died at the age of 82. What would he be remembered for? And this is one of my biggest stories for today. I beg you in the name of God, I beseech you by the mercies of God, that when you do call in, you try as much as possible to do it with a little bit of decorum. I know that some of you do not like him. I don't care for politicians, by the way, but I'm just saying he's dead. You can tell me what you remember. You will remember him for, but do it in the most decent way, because you're on the radio. I mean, if you were having this conversation in your backyard or in your parlor, I'd not have any qualms with it, but because you're on the radio, we have to follow the rules of broadcasting, for my sake, if not for your sake. Okay. All right, so I'm going to move away from that and quickly just run through the big stories for today, and then allow you, ladies and gentlemen, to be part of the conversation. How about that? Here's another big story. Senator Usman led Labour Party, that's Nadi Usman's led Labour Party, slams Abure over meeting with Wike. What's that about? Yes, I'll tell you. Well, the Senator Nanadi Usman-led caretaker committee of the Labour Party has reminded the public that Julius Abure is, that is, their embattled former national chairman, remains suspended from the party and has no legitimate authority to represent the Labour Party anyway, and for whatsoever reason. The party said it was retracing the position following a viral photo on Sunday which showed Abure in a handshake with the FCT Minister Nyesom Wike after an alleged meeting with Wike. The alleged meeting was announced the same Sunday by Wike's aide, Larry Olayinka. What do you think that meeting was about, though? What was that about? Yeah. Because Wike is a member of the PDP, but for the APC, what's that meeting about? I mean, I'm trying to wrap my head around it. What do you think it was about? I'll move away from that quickly because of time and go to the Daily Trust newspaper, where the APC swept all of Lagos local government polls. The PDP clinched one councillorship slot. Throw a dog a bone, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. But I'm hoping that we can talk about this briefly. I wanted to bring Zainab on, but because I don't have time and I want to hear you out on all of the things that we're talking about. But you tell me, if you thought we had free, fair and credible local government elections in Lagos, and if you didn't go out to vote, what exactly informed that decision? Are you happy with yourself? Would you be able to go to a local government chairman and ask for some dividends of democracy if you didn't vote? Do you think you have the right? And these are questions I'd like for you to answer. Yes. I do appreciate if you would answer me. Also, let me move away from that. Still in the Daily Trust newspaper, of course, there's been this whole row about Buhari just before his death. The whole of last week, we had APC, CPC bloc talking about Buhari. Of course, those who were APC talking about Buhari. And why? It's because Boss Mustapha had a lot to say. Well, this headline says 2015 presidency, APC leaders fault Boss Mustapha. Apparently, the presidency and several senior figures within the All Progressive Congress APC have faulted the claims by former secretary to the government of the Federation, Boss Mustapha, over the events that led to Muhammad Buhari's victory, his historic victory, in the 2015 presidential election. Mustapha spoke at a book launch in Abuja on Wednesday, had argued that it was Buhari's personal integrity and discipline, public image, and not the political influence of the then APC leader Bola Ahmed Tinubu that secured the electoral success of the former. But the assertion has drawn all kinds of rebuttals. I heard someone from the CPC bloc saying, well, I mean, Tinubu did support him, you know, he knew everything about, but nobody really said, except the presidency, nobody really, this is what I got, nobody really said that Tinubu supported, he did everything. She said he was around, you know, that's what the guy said. He said everything but say yes, he supported him. Anyway, reacting to a post on X, that's Twitter, on Thursday, presidential spokesperson, yes, Bayo Onanuga, said President Tinubu played an indispensable role in Buhari's emergence as APC flag bearer and eventual presidency. He stated that without Tinubu's support, Buhari would not have defeated former Vice President Atiku Abubakar and ex-Kano State Governor Rabiu Musa Kwankwaso during the APC presidential primaries held in Lagos in 2014. I beg your pardon. Onanuga also cited comments by former SGF Babache Lawal, who had acknowledged Tinubu's role, but according to Onanuga, had only scratched the surface. That goes to buttress my point. They have said everything but say he really, really supported. You know, he was there. We carried him along. He was carried along. He knew everything. Did he support or not? Yeah, but the man's dead. And my final story, because it's the big weekend, I bring everything. I bring a full basket and allow you to pick and choose what you want to talk about. And finally, still with the Daily Trust newspaper, Nigeria needs stiffer punishment for corruption, says Attorney General. Well, the Attorney General of the Federation and Minister of Justice Lateef Fagbemi SAN has called for stiffer punishment for those found wanting of corruption in Nigeria. Yes. He spoke during the African Anti-Corruption Day 2025. He said corruption should not be seen only as an economic or legal problem, but as a fundamental threat to human rights and dignity. The high-level seminar themed promoting human dignity in the fight against corruption was organized by Nigeria's Interagency Task Team, IATT, a coalition of 21 anti-corruption and accountability institutions coordinated by the Technical Unit on Governance and Anti-Corruption Reforms, TUGA. Could the Attorney General be preaching to the choir? Because at this point, we're all choir. So what's the Attorney General going to do about it? Because, the EFCC has told us today again that, they are not using Bitcoin. Tell us what we don't know. So what are you going to do about it, EFCC? ICPC, what are you going to do about it? Because we have so many of these commissions who are supposedly to put together to fight corruption, but nothing's been done. I mean, sometimes we see these media trials and then they drag people and say, we saw money there in Ikoyi building. Where's that money they saw in that Ikoyi building? Welcome to Hard Facts Lagos. The numbers to call 0201 277 0993 0201 465 7190. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, and we're also on X. Use the hashtag Hard Facts or send me a WhatsApp message. Let's go. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yeah, good afternoon, Maryann.
Yes.
How was the weekend?
Lovely. I can't complain.
All right. This is Ejiofor calling from Isala Kingdom.
You have 60 seconds. Go ahead, please.
Yeah, quick one. What I will remember the former Nigerian president Muhammadu Buhari. Certain things he did to the country, Nigeria. One, we used under his regime, we used naira to buy naira, which I've never seen before in my lifetime. Under his regime, we used our money to put it to Nigeria, who has it today. So to me, Buhari has inflicted so much pain to us in this country, but how things being equal, may gentle so rest in perfect peace. Then I see that Labour Party should give Wike tickets to run for presidency. That's my own, so that maybe we take over from so that's what I can say. Let Aburi give Peter.
All right, I have to go on a break. I have to go on a break. This is the most ridiculous thing ever. I've got to go on a break because when we come back, we'll still take thoughts on the big three.
99.3 Nigeria Info. We'll be right back.
No matter where you are. Download our mobile app by searching Nigeria Info FM on the Google Play Store and the Apple App Store.
How do we make our cooking come alive? For that taste you me when you like you want cook food to impress
Whether it's jollof or na stew, if for porridge or spaghetti, cook to impress with Pepper Terra.
Effective relief from malaria. Comal on. Malaria gone. If symptoms persist after 3 days, consult doctor.
Consistent taste for cooking mouth-watering soups, stews, and jollof. Choose wisely. Choose Gold. Terra Gold Selling Cube.
1 cube. Endless. Terra Gold.
Grab your sunglasses, beachwear, sunscreen, and head over to Zebra Beach Resort, where there is a spot with your name on it just for you and your loved ones. To book your holiday spot, visit zebrabeachresort.com or call 0704 730 0013. Zebra Beach Resort, Lagos. Beachside Christmas awaits you.
No buy am. But why? No see say this big bull bag of rice no get the new big bull holographic seal. Not true.
Introducing the Big Bull Holographic Seal Tape, your favorite authentic Big Bull rice, 50 kg and 25 kg. Now with holographic seal tape. This is to ensure you get the premium product from Big Bull Rice. Do not buy if the holographic seal tape is not on the bag or is broken. Big Bull Rice. Tasty rice nourished you.
Everyone says I'm beautiful and bold. They say I'm fashionable. And to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
People say I'm good looking, funny, hardworking, and to crown it up, very confident. And my secret is...
So whether in the office or at home,
in the streets or on the dance floor,
anytime, any day, I never lose my confidence. The secret to my confidence is Wazobia perfume.
Absolutely. Wazobia perfume gives the authenticity and long-lasting fragrance all day. That's my secret confidence.
Wazobia perfume available.
Also available in supermarkets and markets near you. Wazobia perfume, the correct scent.
This is Hot Facts with Maryann Okon.
Lagos, if you're just joining us, the program is Hard Facts, 99.3 Nigeria Info. We're broadcasting live from our audiovisual studios right here in Atimi and Crescent, Victoria Island, Lagos. And of course, we start off the Hard Facts every Monday with the big weekend stories that you and I are talking about, which has made it to trend both on social media and even on the pages of our national dailies. And some of these stories have found their way into our news bulletins right here. And these are the stories that we're looking at. Of course, the biggest story across the country and maybe resonating with some other parts of the African continent is the fact that former President Muhammadu Buhari has passed. Mixed feelings, obviously, like I said at the beginning. There are those who have lost father, there are those who have lost husband, there are those who have lost grandfather, there are those who have lost a friend. Some have lost an elder statesman. But how do Nigerians really feel? And what would Buhari be remembered for by Nigerians, especially in Nigeria, because that's the country that he led? I know that we've got that thing that we say, oh, we can't speak ill about the dead. Okay. But can we say exactly how the man made us feel? Did he help us? I tell you one thing. He unbundled this whole electricity thing and allowed for states. That's why a state like Abia is able to, do its own power supply and do it perfectly. And that obviously is because it's in the hands of someone who's a thinker and a business guy. I'm guessing that other states would follow suit if we have thinkers. But that's one credit we can give to Buhari, because he allowed for states to begin to, handle their own power. And if you do decide to continue to allow Ikeja Electric Eco Distribution to play you like ping pong, that's your business, but he did something. There are also those who say that he signed the not too young to run bill. There are those who would say that, the Electoral Reforms Act that became a bill that became an act. He signed it, even though he sent it back at some point for more corrections to be done and some phrases. But off the top of my head, by the way. And there are those who, a bit older than me, or maybe as old as I am, that would remember the war against indiscipline at the time. It was why. And then by the time I got into secondary school, it was now indiscipline and corruption. And on the basis of that, on that foundation, a lot of people actually were like optimistic that if he were to return, that there would be some sort of decorum and sanity in the system. But was that the case? 0201-277-0993. That's the number for you to call. 0201-465-7190. You can call if you're a lady. We're live on Facebook and on YouTube, Nigeria Info 99.3. You can post your comments on X. Use the hashtag HardFacts. So better still, if you're listening to us from outside of the country and you want to chime in and give us your own 2 cents, yes, you can call us on WhatsApp. It's 0809-5975805. Let's talk. Welcome to Hard Facts. Okay, you're not home. When you're home, please call me back. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello.
Good afternoon. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Good afternoon, Maryann. This is Boyesen calling from Afromedia.
Go ahead.
Thank you. Well, the former head of state now, he has gone. And well, the only area I must comment when it was the military head of state, because there was some, I think I was about, okay, let me not bother you with that. At least I know what happened there. Then he was himself and his deputy. They made some, sacrifices. They brought some decorum to the society because the society was wild then. So that is the only good reason I just have to say I thank him for that. But the second comment, do you know that I voted for him? Thinking that the same will happen.
Okay.
I voted for him, I must confess.
Mm-hmm.
But I never knew that the reverse was going to be the case.
Okay.
So many things I will score him low. But let me not bother myself about that.
Thank you very much, Boyesen, for calling. Your 60 seconds is over. 0201-277-0993 if you are male. For the female, 0201-465-7190. I'm going to go to WhatsApp because I think someone's calling me from England. I will take that call right away. Uche Atuma is calling us. Let's see if that call goes through. Uche, I'm so sorry. I can't take your call. Please try calling me back, okay? Try calling me back. It's hooked. I cannot. It's not working. All right, but I'll go back to the phone lines. Let's take some calls from the ladies. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Joyce.
My name is Maryann Okon.
Sorry, so mixed up. This is Joy.
Okay.
Okay, so let me say it softly, like you said, we should say. So in continuation to what I was saying, it has a lot of legacies that I'm going to also continue from where I stopped before. So Twitter, he banned Twitter. In this age and time, somebody banned Twitter. So what does that mean? You don't want opposing people to talk or say anything. You banned that.
Mm-hmm.
Now he left us rice pyramid, right? That was one of the last things they came to Abuja and showed us. Rice pyramid, rice is plenty all over. The farmers are enjoying and all that. Today we are buying rice for 180 to 100,000 naira. That's a very lovely legacy he left us, right? We were buying rice before for 8,000, and he came and rice became 40. Now, unfortunately, or would I say fortunately, because it's also good, the person I have now say he wants to continue for where he stopped. We are making rice for 80 to 100, which is fine. He left us a legacy, a very good legacy that he could not build a world-class hospital where past and present presidents could treat themselves.
All right.
He went
Thank
to
you,
London,
Joy.
that was where he died. What a lovely legacy. I wish he should just continue. It's nice.
Thank you very much, Joy. I can smell the sarcasm from where I sit. But I've got a question, and I'll tell you why I've got this question. I'll play the video, and then I'll tell you why I've got that question, and maybe you can help me answer it. It's a rhetorical question, but I might also want to ask it as an open-ended question. You know, I'll ask the question later, because she talks about, building hospitals. He wasn't the first, was he? Why didn't Obasanjo build one? Why didn't Jonathan build one? Well, Buhari saw that the others didn't build, so he didn't build it. He saw. I mean, it was easy for him to go to London. I mean, our now president goes to France every opportunity. In fact, he takes his working visit to France. Why do you expect that the next president will do it? Maybe we have to make them do it. Maybe we need to make them see reason. Because they have the money and the means to do it. Oh, but it's our money now. It's not our money. How about we plug it and say, you know what? Every sick president stays here. But who's going to make the laws? The same guys who stand on the mandate of the president? Nah. I digress. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Actually, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Thank you. Quick one. Those who go to the London hospital to line up over there, how many of them line up at Benue when the people, about 200 people were killed in Benue? How many of them? And when I hear, the Buhari did 1994, 1984, there's discipline in the army. It's the discipline, the training they got. When he becomes civilian president, what happened? Buhari did well when he was a military. No. Idiabo is the one doing the whole magic. Idiabo went all to Mecca. That is why.
Who was Idiabo working for, please? Who was he working for? Who was he deputizing?
Buhari will take the glory.
Who was the head? Exactly. So, I mean, whether you like it or not, it was the Buhari administration. So, explain it away.
Like I said, he's the president. He will take all the glory. But who did the job? If Idiabo is in Nigeria, do you think Babangida will topple that government? Babangida set him packing. Send the Buhari packing when Idiabo is not there. They will keep on saying Buhari, Buhari. I remember him for busting into judges' houses. Although they are corrupt. You hear the Attorney General. The stiffer punishment for corrupt people. Who are they going to give the stiffer punishment? Those ones that are corrupt jump into APC.
All right. Thank you very much for calling, Chris. Your 60 seconds is over. I do appreciate it. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Hello. I'm so sorry. Do call me back if that was you. Hello, welcome to Hard Facts.
Yes, very good afternoon, Maryann.
Yes. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
My name is Prince Wike. Calling you from my mother office. In fact, we belong to giants. Our former President Buhari and the Awujale of Ijebu and Kabis. You see, for Baba Buhari, he tried his best. But I can only say, I wish him well. Any shortcoming of Buhari, God should forgive him. You have a minus and you have plus. Today, if I can talk with Lagos by the expressway, Buhari did it. I want to talk on Niger Bridge, Buhari did it. If I try to worry, they lie, Buhari did it. When you talk of that train from Lagos to Ibadan, Buhari did it. So all these good things, if especially doing 12 recognition by the declare public holiday and give national state after MK Abiola, I praise this man. Everybody can please your word.
All right.
Do your best and lead each other.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. Your 60 seconds is over. Welcome to Hard Facts. Hello. The ladies' line. What's happening? Hello. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Hello, Maryann. Good afternoon.
Turn off your radio.
Good afternoon.
Yes.
This is Stanley Anasho from Ikeja.
Go ahead.
Talking about the ex-president, Maryann. The only thing I want to say about that man is that he will never rest in peace. So.
No, don't do that. Did you listen to me when I started? Did you hear me when I started?
Atrocities that.
Did you hear me when I started? Did you hear me when I started? I did say that you can register your displeasure and not be attacking, okay? Did you see what Joy did and several other people? He's not here to defend himself. Whether you say he should rest in peace or not, it doesn't hold water, does it? So please, sir, manage your emotions, can you? Hello, welcome to Hard Facts. Turn off your radio, please.
Good afternoon. My name is Frank.
Sorry?
Good afternoon. My name is Frank.
All right, Frank, go ahead, please.
So I want to say, does death have immunity also? People are saying.
I needed that laughter. Jokes.
So if we should remember him for, it doesn't not do any good thing. He didn't do any good thing.
Are you sure he didn't do any good thing at all in your eyes? At all?
Can you mention one?
No, sir. It's not about me. It's about what you saw. It's through your lenses, not me exactly. No. It has nothing to do with me.
All right.
Okay.
If it's not in your own eye, maybe you tell us.
Okay.
So we know all he did Assuming the only good thing I expected him to do was to give us at least free and fair election, as he promised. But he didn't do that.
Okay.
So history will remember him for who he is.
All right. Thank you very much, Frank, for calling. I do appreciate it. Don't forget, you can send me a message on WhatsApp. And if you're listening from outside of the country, you want to be part of the conversation, please call me. Call me on WhatsApp. I will take your call. Uche Amuta, you can call me back again. I would love to hear from you. And my America people, yes, I'm seeing your calls. Please call me back. At some points, I didn't see the calls, but you can call me now and I will take that call. And those of you who are watching on Facebook and on YouTube, post your comment. I would love to respond to you. But quickly, I want to play you a video I got from Punch newspaper. The Vice President, Kashim Shettima, was ordered by Mr. President to go bring the corpse of former President Muhammadu Buhari back to Katsina, obviously. And in the entourage, we have Governor Professor Babagana Zulum, who's the governor of Borno State, and several other people. But he did pay a courtesy visit to another former head of state in London. What is it about London? You know, that young lady said something about, oh, why didn't he build a hospital? All these heads of state, they seem to own houses in London, in France, or whatever. They all just retire to those places. But when they die, state funds is used to repatriate them back from those places to be buried, to be given a state burial. I don't have a grudge with state burials and all of those things. But if they invested all that money in the people and their country, wouldn't it be comfortable? I always like to use, and I don't like to go to the West, I like to use Africa as an example. What's his name? Nelson Raleigh Lala Mandela got sick and died in South Africa, in a South African hospital. He was treated at every point. Why can't we do that for Nigeria? But here's Abdul Salam Abubakar in his house in London with VP Kashim Shettima. So I'm going to talk over this video. If you're watching live on Facebook and YouTube, you see him looking great for his age, by the way. And the VP waiting on him to welcome him. Yes. So this is the Abdul Salam Abubakar house in London. And we can see some other people in the entourage, conspicuously Babagana Zulum and the VP himself. What is it about the United Kingdom or Europe? And these are leaders. I'd like to know. Welcome to Hard Facts.
Yes. Good afternoon, Maryann.
Good afternoon. What's your name, sir? Where are you calling from?
Yes, good afternoon.
Go ahead.
Yes. The thing is that, to me, I just believe that these people, this set of leaders we talked about, to me, they are just shameless. I use that word because, when abnormality become norms, it's consistent, it will become norms. And look at, when I read the caption in the morning, they said Buhari died in a clinic hospital. In a clinic hospital. In a clinic in London. The thing is that, are you telling me that we don't have hospitals that can accommodate and contain
but do you?
Whatever thing?
Do you?
You know what? No, I'm not talking about.
No. But do you have hospitals that can accommodate your heads of states living and non-living?
Maryann,
I'm just asking you. Ask me a question, and I'm tossing it back to you, sir. Sincerely,
we have. If you want me to just mention 3, I can tell you we have.
Okay.
It's shameless. It's shameful. Look at what they said. Die in a London clinic. We're not even talking about hospitals. We're talking about clinic here.
So maybe it's not. Maybe it's not about the clinic itself. Maybe it's about the doctors. Maybe they don't trust our doctors, or is it that the state of the art? I don't know. I'm just trying to
Exactly. No, your allusion is right. So if what could have taken away their confidentiality, their trust in none of these, whether government institutions or even private institutions, these are the things we need to deal with. A lot of people, why are we making abroad a tourist center for? How many? You said it now. How many times has this guy is in France come to Nigeria to come and take medication?
Thank you. I have to let you go.
It's out of this shamelessness.
All right. Thank you very much for calling. I just have to let you go so I can read some messages. I did tell you that I was going to wait till later to play that video because I want to understand the obsession, the extreme obsession with Europe, the United Kingdom. If it's not France, it's Germany. It's the United Kingdom, most importantly. Why? Isn't it a shame that we have leaders who want us to remember them for good, obviously, and say nice things when they're no longer leaders, but don't do what needs to be done for us to say, you know what, this guy did this and still got treated. I mean, kudos to former vice president, I beg your pardon, Osibajo, who got treated in Nigeria and he didn't die. He didn't die. So what do these people fear? I'm just curious. Let me read some of your messages. On Facebook Live, I've got a message here from Frederick Daniel. He says, I remember the first 2 years of his reign, we enjoyed good governance, but after that, his ailment chaos. I wonder how come we have been seeing some posts on social media for some days back on Buhari's death, only to wake up yesterday to hear that Buhari just died. Nigeria, we hail thee. Okay. Thank you very much, Frederick Daniel, for your message. I'm going to go to WhatsApp now to read some of the messages. I'm going to try to race through it because there's a lot that needs to be done. This one says, it's high time these leaders realize that history will outlive everyone. To this present administration, the history will also outlive them also. Samson, thank you. This one's... my callers. Sorry, I'm not seeing the calls. They're not coming to me. I don't know why. Chinam Sofa Maja says, Buhari left Nigeria in shambles, worse than he met it. His policies made life harder for the populace, and his administration aided the killings of citizens during the NSAS process. Life is seed and harvest. May God reward him appropriately in the afterlife. Chinam, so thank you for your message. This one says, this is Victor. The money Wike used to renovate ITC is enough to build a good hospital and take care of their health. I do know this, right? Let's see. This one here says, good afternoon, Maryann. He was very good with Idiagbon, so I and many persons voted for him in 2015 with the hope of replicating same, but he failed us. Poor governance. He put out for us. Okay, that means Idiagbon was the miracle worker. Achanaga Samson, thank you. This one says, all of these things is a movie script. Okay. What makes you sleep well at night? That's lovely. I wonder why anybody would be playing games with people's lives. Taiwo from Abulegwa says, we all have shortfalls as humans and no one is perfect. People should please stop the criticism of the dead. So I'm just saying, I will remember Buhari as the head of state who doesn't own a business or a house abroad. May his soul rest in peace. Taiwo. Now that's a good thing. Although I saw somebody dragging him on social media, I think about a year ago, saying, well, you're no longer president. You no longer have to hide. Stop telling us you still have the same number of cows. It's not possible. Well, he moved from his Katsina house to Kaduna. So he has 2 houses at least. A little change in his life. Joseph here says, assuming Buhari didn't become president, you would have seen editorial newspaper television saying what might have been a military man that is not an economist. John Doe from Chongo. Okay. This one says, I will remember late Buhari as a disciplined military officer, but a poor administrator. He lost contact with people. He ruled 3 times, but ended poorly and left the country poorer. Bob Kentimi from Agbado. This is a beautiful way to put it, you know. Like I said, the governor of my state, the guy that's the governor now, Senator Basio too, amazing legislator. He was one of the best House of Representative members we had for my state, crossover. Best senator we had for my state. I mean, if you're counting, there's several other people who were better. But he was good, an amazing representative, and he represented my local government area, my constituency. But as a governor, so I totally agree. Amazing officer, probably disciplined, but then you see politics is totally different, especially when you remove the uniform and wear agbada. too many interests, and he couldn't really stand his ground as we thought he could. The man who was known to be a fighter against corruption had his government failed with a lot of corruption. Do you remember? Robert here says, it's a mere formality if I should say Buhari's soul should rest in peace. The person that died might have known by now his soul is resting in peace or not. So let's have it at the back of our minds that we shall give account of whatever we do here to God when we all die. This one here says, our politicians should love Nigeria the way they love their immediate family, because their legacies will be at stake after they leave public offices. Let's keep searching for who will save us from our challenges. Momo from Adamo in Ikorodu. I have 2 minutes before I go on a quick break. Lagos, it's still hard facts. 99.3 Nigeria info. Let me see if I can. Okay, let me read one more message. This one says, Buhari is now in our past. Whatever he did or did not do is history. Hope our politicians will learn from his errors. It is African to speak good of the dead. He lived well. Dying at 82 is a ripe old age. May God be with his loved ones. Abure joined Wike to manipulate Tinubu as the sole candidate. Ayo, thank you. On YouTube Live, I've got so many messages. Let me run through them. Musa here says, Buhari did not do anything for Nigeria and I put us for what he did today. Mwegu Chinago says, when we'll check the doctors in London, you may find in Nigeria doctor in London. I'm sure you mean if we look at the doctors. Yes, of course. We're about 40% in the NHS, if you ask me. Mostly Nigerians and African doctors, if you look at it. Ghanaians, Zimbabweans, Ugandans. Yeah, we've got a lot of them in the NHS. Yeah. Victor Okago here says, Victor is doing a back and forth with someone. Someone, Mwegu Chinago says he's listening to us from Libya. Okay, great. Emekeke here says, hope other politicians should take note of the outpour of Nigerians over the death of late Buhari, that whatever you do will outlive you. And she says, please let Wike contest under PDP because he is the only candidate and the owner of the PDP. You guys, you're not letting up, are you? We've got to go on a break, but I want to see if I can quickly read some more messages. Let me go to X. Joy Forever here says, he will be remembered for hardship and suffering brought upon the land and by his policies. It is left for him and his God. Wike is looking for allies. There is freedom of association. Mustapha has known something, or must have known something. He started talking. AG is preaching to the choir and the ushers. Bamba. Okay. Let me see one more message here next. Okay, I can go on that break. I'm hoping that I can come back from that break and read some more messages. But if we don't, I'll see you on the other side on Checkpoint. It's still 99.3 Nigeria info. This is Hard Facts, and I'm Maryann Okon.
You are listening to your number one station for talk.
99.3 Nigeria info.
99.3 Nigeria info. Let's talk.
Turns your meals into a masterpiece.
Unwrap joy, unleash taste. Hey, come cook with Terra Cubes. Come cook with Terra.
This is not just a debate. It's a battle of minds. A clash of brilliance. A war of words. Only one champion, one true
99.3 Nigeria info. We are more than just radio. Subscribe to our YouTube channel at Nigeria Info FM. Check us out on Facebook at Nigeria Info 99.3. Follow us on Twitter at Nigeria Info FM and on Instagram at Nigeria Info FM Lagos for live updates as it happens. 99.3 Nigeria Info.